Dude, tell me about when, like, did you know that you wanted to be a musician your whole life?
Yep.
Awesome. When did that hit first?
When I was like, well,
shit.
So when I was young, I was awful at as I mentioned before, I was awful at everything that was being measured. So I was awkward in socially.
Yep.
I was short on coordinated sports.
Got it.
Terrible in school. Couldn't apply myself. I was terrible at everything that was being measured at that time. And then probably around 6 or 7 years old, I found my mom's old guitar in her closet.
Oh God, that's like a fucking.
I know.
That's like a hero story to me.
Yeah, I mean it's true though. And so it was just there.
Oh.
And I found it in the closet, and I didn't know how to. She didn't know how to tune it either, so I tuned it to a chord like Dolly Parton does.
Yeah.
And just started, kind of playing with it, and found that I really had a knack for it.
Love it.
And really, and so I'm using almost every brush you have.
Yeah, do your thing.
I'm literally using almost every brush.
I want you to. It's
I just keep needing more clean ones.
Yep.
But and so.
In the water.
And it was just surprisingly just. Oh, there you go. I didn't know if it was okay to leave them in there.
No problem at all. No problem. Go ahead.
But
listening.
So it just came really easily and really naturally, and I really enjoyed it. And I think that's kind of the, potentially the, like a not a terrible definition for something like calling. Like
there you go. Yep.
When you find both interest, opportunity, and joy.
Yes. Wow, that's great.
So proficiency, opportunity, and joy is kind of the intersection of kind of calling, maybe.
Responsibility?
I think that can come with it.
Okay, cool.
I think that can come with it.
It's just what?
Yeah, no, it's great. I love it.
That's cool.
And so,
dude, let me say this. It's interesting that the guitar would show itself in a place that is generally dark.
Yeah, in my mom's closet.
Like that's a metaphor of like the psychological shadow that Carl Jung talks about. Like it's the place you wouldn't normally look, and then you find the thing that lights your life up in there. God,
right.
I love this.
Well, and so I found this thing, and I started, and it just came so easy to me, and it was such a relief. Like, oh my God, I found something I really enjoy and I'm good at, and I'm able to do. And so I latched onto that. To the detriment of everything else in my life, unfortunately.
Surely.
So that's when I completely checked out of any kind of school or any. I mean, so that's why I literally almost failed out of high school.
Wow.
Didn't even think about going to college. I mean, everything. But it also kept me out of trouble.
Yeah, that's good.
It kept me. I had like an experience like early high school with like my band I was in, like playing at some party where there was alcohol, and I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And so had like basically a hangover in a bottle. I mean, it was like a wine cooler.
Yeah.
But I had it.
Zima.
And probably and it made me play like shit. And I immediately was like, you know what?
Not doing
anything that makes this better is coming with me. Anything that makes this difficult I'm boxing out.
Oh, man.
And I've thought about this. I'm really grateful.
That's beautiful. That's true. That is true.
Well, and so I'm really grateful that I did not have one of those Steve Jobs, Jimi Hendrix experiences where somebody gave me acid and it blew the roof off and suddenly I was a genius because I'd be a drug addict today.
Sure.
But so the point is, it kept me out of trouble.
Great.
I'm a contrarian, so it's like I could have gotten into a lot of, and I did get into a lot of trouble, but I mostly stayed out because, again, if it served, I feel like I'd found this thing. It was precious to me.
Yes.
And so I didn't want to in any way lose or compromise it. So I followed it, like laser focus.
Yep.
And I knew that's what I was going to do.
Beautiful.
And damned if I'm
doing it.
I mean, and so but I had this great gift of having known that pretty early.
Oh,
and though,
what a blessing.
Not being good at much. Because I'm not hardly good at anything. Dude. I'm only good at a couple of things.
Sure.
But the few things I'm good at,
damn good
I am super fucking good at.
And
I know exactly what they are, and I'm not self-conscious about those things.
Cool. What are the other things you're good at?
I'm a really good problem solver.
Cool.
And that has served me in my adult life as being kind of an entrepreneur a little bit. Like I'm good at like seeing and solving problems, and then having enough analytical sense to know how to maybe scale and create a scalable solution to a problem. So like in my music career, a handful of years ago, started a company called Noise Trade, and we gave away.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent, dude.
Yeah. So, and we gave away a ton of free music.
Yes.
And helped a bunch of artists build their careers.
Uh-huh.
And connect with audiences and own their audiences and things like that.
Sorry.
And so but that came from me looking for something I couldn't find.
Yes.
Realizing I needed something that didn't exist. Trying it, figuring out how to solve it, and then bringing that solution to market. So I realized very late in life that, oh God, I'm wired like an entrepreneur. Like
Beautiful.
and so that's what I spend most of my time doing is music and entrepreneurial type work.
Dude.
And like exploring, looking for problems, generating solutions, and then amplifying and scaling solutions to those problems. So I do a lot of consulting. I do like all kinds of things, but I love problem solving. It's my favorite thing.
Cool.
Like consulting with friends. I love sitting with a friend who's trapped in a cycle of logic and has no idea what to do next. Oh my God, it's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Let's sit down, run the whole thing down for me, and I'll give you 10 insane ideas to disrupt your way out.
I love it. Yeah.
And it's my favorite thing to do.
Beautiful.
And so it's like, but
it's cool to watch the lights turn on.
Right.
Like something unlocks in them and you can share in that with them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like anyway, so the point is, I've got friends who are incredible, way more talented than I am in music and other things. But they have this weird mixed curse of being good at a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
And so when something like music, because a career in the arts is complicated. and if you can do anything else,
do it.
You will.
God, do it. Yeah, I know.
But the point is, you will.
Yeah.
If you're able to jump ship, you will. Now, I just didn't have a parachute.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
So I stayed in that thing and I rode it all the way to the ground. Yeah.
I love it.
But I'm tenacious because I'm not good at anything else.
Got it.
Anything I am good at that's not music, I learned from music. So it's like I got from it.
The business side of it.
But the point is, I've got friends who are insanely talented, but they just wound up doing other things because they could. And I have not been able to, so I've stuck with it. So that's why I've had this 20, almost 5-year career as a blue collar musician.
Yep.
Because what else would I do?